Hey everyone, it's Kirk McLean here, and you're watching Clay's Canucks Commentary.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I'm your host, Clay Emo Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take, for Sunday night, September the 7th. If you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I did. I will fill you in on that a little bit. But because I'm introducing a brand new sponsor tonight as part of my live stream, and I'm bringing them on in about 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to front load the show. I'm going to not talk too much about my weekend, make it very, very limited. And then I'm going to get into tonight's topic, and then we can spend some time with our brand new sponsor. So, moderators, do what you need to do to keep this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legends, Hall of Fame and franchise members, thank you for your support. And to everyone else, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anything else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three, but the fact that you're here with me, know how much I always appreciate you, and know how much I always, never, ever take you for granted. I almost said I never, ever take you for granted. So this is how you can get involved tonight. Subscribe to the channel, get active in the chat section, get notified of my videos. You can like the video, like the fact that we're together, like the fact that Canucks hockey is around the corner, like the fact that we continue to build a great community, like the fact that I have a new sponsor that I'm going to talk about, and like the fact that we're together. And that's the most important thing that matters. You can leave a donation, get the donation train around out of the station. You can gift a membership, buy your membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message, or upgrade your membership. I forgot that. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Yes, River, my voice is, I'll talk about that in a sec. My voice is going a little bit, but I'll be okay, especially because I'm only doing 3 shows this week. No Canucks After Dark. I'll get to that in a second as well. So those are all the ways that you can get involved. And so far, no donations yet, which is fine. But Fangirl and Swerve and Irvin are up at 600 points each, followed by Skytrain Alfred. Nice to have you back at 450. All right, really quickly, my weekend, and then I'll get to tonight's topic. And thank you. I see Russell is here. Nothing is perfect. I see a lot of people are here. Carol, Fangirl, Sarah, Adrian, Calvin, Burns. So many people. Swerve and Irvin, yes, I can feel the scratchiness of my voice. Your voice okay tonight? I wasn't feeling well on Friday. Saturday, I worked all day. Saturday, we had Sean and Cheska's engagement party here, which was a lot of fun. And then today, I was speaking at all the masses, but I wasn't speaking like for an hour straight, just making announcements. So my voice is a little bit run down, as you can probably tell, but it was actually worse. It was worse yesterday. But I'll be okay. I can get through the next 45 minutes to an hour, certainly with you guys, and then I'll get a good night's rest. But thank you for asking. I appreciate your concern for sure. Okay, it is 11:05. Well, if that's what it takes to get a donation, I'll get sick every time. I'm just kidding. Let's give some love to Swerve and Irvin for the first donation of the night. Swerve and Irvin says, buy some lozenges, my friend. I say, I have them. But thank you. Thank you for your concern. Let's give some love to Swerve and Irvin in the chat for the $2 donation. Gets the donation train out of the station. And only for that, I'm going to give him one of these. I'm not even sure what that means, but I gave that to Swerve and Irvin. That is the screaming man. But we are not done. That's a legendary Swerve and Irvin. That's Hall of Fame member Swerve and Irvin. We have legendary Carol Bovenlander following up with her donation.
And he got it! Who do you think you are? I am!
So let's get some love to legendary Carol Bovenlander. $10 donation. Congratulations, Clay, on your new sponsor. I really hope this is going to blow up your channel and get you more subscribers. I don't know about that. I'm really excited to bring the sponsor on We'll see about the growth, but it's a great chance for two people to small creators to help each other out. These sound effects are so silly, but thank you. Thank you. Let's give some love to both Irvin and Carol in the chat. Sushi Mura, new sponsor, please. Is that what Justin said? Where did he say that? Imagine sushi gift cards. I wish. Who do you personally think should be EP's 40 wingers? That's what I'm going to talk about in about 2 minutes. And Ricky, I know this is a Canucks show, but how did the Ravens manage to lose that game? That was so crazy, Ricky. My fantasy teams notwithstanding, it didn't make a difference. The way that the Ravens lost that game was very reminiscent of how the BC Lions have been losing games this season. That's actually the first thing I thought of. And Rosie, I know you're here. I'm picking up my Canucks, my Rogers Arena seats tomorrow. So Rosie, you said that you're not supposed to sit on them. Well, then what the heck are you supposed to do with them? I know you're not supposed to sit on them unless you bolt them down, but I had grand ideas of putting like one here and just kind of streaming from my Rogers Arena chair. I'm still going to try it. Maybe I'll put something behind it so I don't go crashing through the wall. But yes, I'm looking forward to that. And Adrian had some money on the game tonight. All right. Let's go. I asked you in the poll, who should be Elias Pettersson's left winger? Now, I'm working on the presumption. We're not talking about right winger, say. We're not talking about Brock Besser, who I'm pretty sure with his new contract is going to be PETEY'S line mate on the right side. We're not talking about Connor Garland, whom I presume is going to be the second right winger. And we're not talking about Kiefer Sherwood in need of a new contract for next year, but I think he's going to be the third right winger. And then don't worry about the fourth right winger. So I'm not talking about the right wing. I think it's pretty safe to say that Besser and Garland are locked in as your two top six right wingers. And then Kiefer Sherwood is a perfect third line right winger. I see. Hello, sponsor man. I see him in the back. You're right. We go for about 10 more minutes. I'll bring you on. We're good. Awesome. So we're talking about left wingers here. And I gave you options of Jake DeBrusk, Evander Kane, and Nils Hoglander. And I'm just going to talk for 5 or 6 minutes here, get your feedback for five or 6 minutes, and then we will bring on my new sponsor. So conventional wisdom suggests it should be Jake DeBrusk. Jake DeBrusk signed here long-term. I don't know. I can't say he was promised the chance to play with PD, but you heard him when he appeared with John Shannon and Landon Ferraro on 100% Canucks. And he didn't say, I was promised the chance to play for PD, but he basically intimated that he was promised the chance to play with PD. Yes, they played together a little bit last year, and DeBrusk still managed 28 goals. I think a career high for him. Yet PD was not close to himself. And you guys know how much I like PD. I want him to succeed. And I think whether you like him or not, we all agree that we need PD to be the best PD for the Canucks to have a chance to do some damage this year. So PD did not play well last year. DeBrusk played pretty well last year. They didn't really mesh that well, but how much of that had to do with PD not having a good year? So you could make an argument that Jake DeBrusk should have the first chance. Makes a bit more than Kane, I think. And more importantly, he's signed long-term, whereas Kane is in a contract year. Not that that's a bad thing. That can be a very good thing for the Vancouver Canucks. But yes, DeBrusk makes 5.5 and Kane makes 5.125. So barely a $400,000 difference. Stylistically, DeBrusk obviously not really good around the net. We saw a lot of his goals in a Brock Besser-like fashion. He's not afraid to get deflections, get rebounds, get some greasy goals. And DeBrusk did say, he admitted that one thing he did not do well last season is create off the rush. And how much of that had to do with Pettersson not skating well, not passing well, not having a lot of confidence? Probably a lot. So that's the case for Jake DeBrusk. A lot of people, I think, the shiny new toy, Evander Kane. He looks pretty good, actually, in a Canucks uniform. I use him as the thumbnail for this video. And he is a bit bigger than Jake DeBrusk. He hits harder than Jake DeBrusk. I'd say their speed, neither of them are like complete speedsters, but they can get around the ice just fine. And then with Evander Kane, not only do you have someone playing a contract year, you could argue, well, he could protect PD a little bit more as a bigger player. And if you harken back to the Lotto line where it was Besser, Pettersson, and of course JT Miller, I'm not at all comparing Evander Kane to JT Miller, but you could argue that Kane is closer to Miller than DeBrusk is. Miller, there's so many good things about Miller, right? His determination, the way that he broke sticks behind Colin Delia's back on the crossbar. And Miller was such a good passer, and Kane nor DeBrusk are Miller's degree of passing, but Kane does have a level of aggression, and he can put fear into some defenders for sure. So if you're looking for a stylistic match to JT Miller, you're not going to find one perfectly, but you could argue that between Hoglander, DeBrusk, and Kane, that Kane has the best chance of, or at least is the closest to JT Miller. So you look back at the Lotto line, obviously Travis Green liked to use them. Boudreau used them. Rick Tocchet barely used them. He didn't like, I think he liked Miller in the middle. That's why Miller and Petey in the middle, excuse me. So Evander Kane, contract year, protection for Petey, and then closest to JT Miller, emulate Lotto line success. So that would be the argument for Evander Kane. And then I'll give a shout out to Trevor Beggs, who's starting to write for Daily Hive. We know Trevor and Kyle are part of Locked On Canucks, and Trevor is now going to be writing for Daily Hive full time. And he started, and he actually talked about Nils Hoglander. And he said that the Hoglander, Pettersson, Besser line actually was one of the two best forward trios for the Canucks last season in terms of expected goals. Now, is Hoglander strong enough defensively to hold down a top six role? I think that's tricky, right? He didn't really earn Rick Tocchet's trust, but maybe he will earn Adam Foote's trust. I actually think it'll go the other way. I think Adam Foote, being a Rick Tocchet disciple, being so new, his first NHL coaching job, you think he'd err on the side of caution, i.e. lean on veterans, as opposed to trying new things. And by trying new things, I'm saying trying less experienced players in a top six role. I don't know. I could be proven wrong. But although I do like the three blondes running around, and Pettersson, Besser, and Hoglander, and I think they could have a lot of offensive ability, I'm not sure if Foote's going to trust Hoglander up there. Just for the sake of completion, Trevor Biggs also mentioned that actually a very effective line was Joshua, Pettersson, Garland. And of course, Joshua has been traded. So then do you put Kane there, plays a similar game to Joshua, actually probably closer to Joshua than Miller. And if you think that Joshua and Garland were good with Petey, then by that argument, maybe then Kane and Garland would be good with Petey. But then that flies in the face of my argument about Besser getting a chance to play with Petey to start off the year. There's also an argument that says it's not Petey that needs protection, it's Filip Chytil that needs protection in terms of injuries, concussions, but you can only do so much. As we saw with the Jason Dickinson hit, it just takes a fluky, dirty chance hit, and Evander Kane can't be stapled to Filip Chytil's hip the whole time. So I think hopefully Chytil doesn't get hurt, but if he does, it's not because Kane or anyone else couldn't protect him. It's just I think that's just too much to ask. So I want to put all those arguments out there. I still think your best chance of having a true bona fide top line is Besser, Pettersson, DeBrusk. And then you go Chytil, Garland, and Kane, because I think that's, that Kane and Garland together are going to annoy the heck out of opponents. And then Chytil has the speed and the agility to make things happen, to break pucks out of his own end. And you can always put Kane with Petey, either to try it at the end of a period, or maybe you try 5 games with DeBrusk and it's not working. You try Kane up there. But if I had to put money on starting the season, who is going to be on Petey's left wing, I'm going to say Jake DeBrusk. I'm going to ask my guest the same question about 5 minutes or so. I asked you guys, and you said in the chat, I just ended the poll, just waiting for it to show up on my YouTube. You said 60% Kane. Wow. 24% DeBrusk and 16% Nils Hoglander. For the first time ever, the percentages actually add up to 100. Remember I tell you that they always round down. They always knock off the decimal. So that's why our percentages always add up to 99 or 98, because 44.1 becomes 44, and then 35.3 becomes 35. But this one, there's actually exactly 50 votes. So there's no fractions, there's no decimals, there's no splitting. We got a perfect 60, 24, 16 split, or in terms of votes, 30, 12, and 8. So you guys say Kane, I say DeBrusk. We will see what my guest says in about 3 minutes. But first, before I bring him on, I forgot to put the comments on too. Now your comments should be showing up. My bad. Let me your thoughts. Who should play with Petey and why? Let's go 3 minutes. Gerald says, I would say DeBrusk, Petey, and Besser. I agree with Gerald. Seymour wants to know where everyone is in the chat. Does the cup come back to Canada? I'm not sure if it's through Vancouver. So Gerald says Kane, Hito, Garland. That's what I was thinking as well. I personally don't see Hogs ever being in the top 6. He was rushed in the AHL, never got the time to develop the defensive side in the AHL. Rain, I have time for that argument. I say try Petey with DeBrusk and Kane. Hoglander in preseason and training camp. We'll see who works. Oh, I see. So try all of them with Petey and see who does better. 100% Kane and Besser. Interesting. We got Adam gifting a membership. That slaps.
Hard.
Adam gives a membership and it goes to Rain. Rain, welcome to franchise membership. Let's give some love to Adam in the chat. Thank you for your generosity, Adam. I wouldn't say at this point there are any permutations that are overly obvious. We'll see in training camp. I love the use of the word permutation. You got to add to it combination. Brian's from Vernon. That's awesome. Kane and Besser, so Kane can create space and Besser can finish. P2 doing the sets. Yep, I have time for that argument. Is DeBrusk, Hito, Garland strong enough though? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Does Coots see NHL time this year? Remember, he can't go to Abbotsford. He's too young. So it's either Seattle or Vancouver. They could do that 9-game thing where they make sure he doesn't burn a year of his contract, but they get him a taste. Or he could wow out of training camp, or out of training camp, he might not impress, and he goes straight down to Seattle. I love the Canucks, but I want the Cup in Canada. I don't care. Winnipeg, Edmonton, doesn't matter as long as it's in Canada. That's fair. That's fair. DeBrusk, PD, and try others with them. Okay, that's fair too, Shannon. What's with all these boys? I go Jakey boy with PD boy, banking on PD on a bounce back season. That is fair. Yeah, this top 6, well, I don't think it's good compared to last year because Miller was in the top 6, but our strength is our goaltender, then our defense. And I think, I've been saying this a long time, I think our goaltending defense is going to win us a lot of games, but are we willing to sit through some 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 squeakers? If Coots does make it, that says a lot about our quality of our forward set. That is true. Kane and Garland would be fun. I agree, Patricia. Sherwood and Kane on one line. Yeah, but then you're playing Kane too low or Sherwood too high. Canucks get a legitimate second line center. Who are you giving up and feel okay with? Yeah, that's tough. There's hardly any tradable contracts now, and you got to give up quality to get quality. I think if you want a legit second line center, you're looking at Lekermacher or Verlander or DPD, which I don't want to do any of those. Last 3 comments. Why I prefer this is because PD seemed, or has been said, to put up muscle. Play the streaky Jake DeBrusk and Besser. It might make all 3 of them consistent. I have time for that argument as well. Cup in Canada, yes. Either Jets or Canucks or Senators. Yeah, Ottawa could be an improved team. And then we got trade Klimovich, Aman, and Holmstrom in 4th and let him play with Petey. Does that get it done? If Sherwood repeats last season's stats, I know Dollywall was saying 5 times 6. That is, or 6 times 5. That's too much. As much as I love Sherwood. Okay, last one for sure. As for Kane, Hito, Garland, it would give Hito some muscle or grit on both sides. I agree. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do my mid-show sponsor read later so I can include this in the mid-show sponsor read. So I think instead of me announcing the sponsor, then bringing sponsor on, I will bring sponsor on, we'll chat, and then he can tell you about his company. That's what I think we'll do. So I would love you guys to introduce to you my friend Ryan, and then Ryan can tell you what kind of company he runs, and then I can tell you what hopefully sort of things we are going to do together. So Ryan, you ready to go? 3, 2, 1. You ready for some good lookiness? Here we go.
Oh, I don't know if I'm going to deliver. I'm sorry.
Hey Ryan, how are you?
Good to see you, Clay. It's been a minute.
Thanks for waiting up for me.
Well, it's I'm not gonna lie. Today was one of those days we probably should have done the pre-record.
Well, I appreciate you. Well, despite what you're wearing on your head and people might see on your banner, which is absolutely fine. Can you tell everyone just a bit about yourself, where you live, and your Canucks flavor and your podcast and things like that, and then we'll get into your actual company if that's cool.
Absolutely. So some of you may know me from PP1 podcast. We are going to record on Wednesday, so this is like a good training for me again. I haven't done one since I think April, so I feel a little rusty. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I'm from Kelowna, if anybody knows. And like I said, this will be our 7th season doing the PP1 podcast. We bring a little bit of a different flavor than everybody else. We're kind of in the mix. We're not going to be your number one source for Canucks information, but we're going to bring you some laughs. We've introduced ChatGPT last year into some really interesting situations, and I'm not going to lie, I probably ended every episode just, holding my gut laughing so hard. So we're looking forward to talking about that. As end of last season, it wasn't a whole lot of fun talking about the Canucks, but this year, I feel like we've got something to talk about. So clearly, I've been listening to this and watching this, and you guys are ready to go. I hear the echo too. Sorry. I'm trying to figure that out on my side.
Oh, it might be because I don't have headphones either. So it actually might be you coming out of my monitor into my microphone, but we'll
blame me. We don't want to.
We'll survive. We'll survive.
There you go. So anyway, that's the Canucks side of me. I don't even think I've talked about the Canucks in like 2 months. So this is kind of nice. It's nice to feel the vibe again. See all you talking about it. I'm feeling the love that Canucks season's just right around the corner, and oh my gosh, like let's feel good again. Let's start feeling like the seats are black in Rogers Arena. Not a wish. Maybe the next thing will make the playoffs again. Who knows?
And who's riding shotgun with you on PB1 still?
It's my boy Teddy Wong.
Awesome.
He's we got our playoffs 2-pitch slow pitch tomorrow night, so we'll be couple chatty Cathys in the outfield and talking about the show and what we're going to be chatting about this week. And oh man, I love it. I cannot wait to talk Canucks again because it feels like it's been too long. So
2-pitch slow pitch.
Yeah, it's an interesting time.
You pitch your own team?
Yeah.
Ah.
So I'll have to explain it to you. It feels like a long form email to get all the details out, but it's a good time. So we're going for a 3-peat. So we won spring and summer, spring this year, summer last year, and spring just prior. So, we lost one of them anyway. We're going for a 3-peat. That's all that matters.
Awesome. I don't know. Good luck. And by the way, let me know in the chat. Is it a bit better? I think Ryan fixed something. I also turned my own monitor down. So let me know if you can hear him okay. Next time I'll wear my headphones for sure. And
That's
before we get to
downstairs, sorry guys.
And then I want to ask you your opinion on the topic du jour, and then we'll get into your company. So Ryan and I, we go back quite a few years. I've been a supporter of his PP1 since they started. He's been a supporter of my show. We've actually been on each other's shows a couple times. So this was pretty cool when we had a chance to collab in a little bit. And I can't wait to watch you guys and listen to you guys once again. What do you think about this? It's not even a dilemma. We just want PD to get going. We want this team to have a chance of a bona fide first line. What do you think?
I mean, to start the season, hopefully they just put all the eggs in one basket. I would like to see Besser and probably DeBrusk on that top line, just to start. And I mean, I could see there's a few options there. I think you're going to see Kane because they're going to try all these things out, right? They're going to see Kane. You're going to probably see Hoglander up there. I mean, how many seasons has he been with the Canucks now? Is this like
it's like 5 or 6 now. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, you're gonna see something there with I think a handful of those guys. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a splash right before the season starts and make a trade. Although I don't know what you're gonna do. I don't know how you're gonna get rid of somebody to add value to this team, but it's possible. But yeah, I think they overload that top line to start because really the Canucks need goals and they need PD to get his confidence back. I think we all hope that he has a bounce back season this year because there's just nobody like him. And, we need to see the alien again. We need to see what Boschford was talking about so many years ago. And I want to get that feeling again. I do. You want to get that feeling. Let's go.
Yes. Of course. Would you agree with my assertion? It's not only mine, but the way they've basically taken all their center and forward depth and shoved all the money into goaltending and D. And I'm excited about seeing a full season with the two Petterssons. I'm excited to see what Bovenlander can do. I'm excited to see Hughes healthy, and I'm excited to see Demko healthy. But am I being too optimistic, Ryan? But not that's not my shtick or anything like that.
I mean, being optimistic about the Canucks being healthy, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to see it. I want to see Demko, and being that it's an Olympic year, I want to see both goaltenders get an equal shake. I want to see Quinn Hughes go win another Norris. I want to see what this defense looks like when they're actually firing on all cylinders. I just want to know what it feels like to see the Vancouver Canucks actually not dominate, but to be a team to be reckoned with. And I hope this is the next step in that happening.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, well, we'll save the Canucks talk for more Canucks talk for when they're actually doing stuff. Why don't you tell people about your company? And as you do that, I'm actually going to put the website up so we can kind of just see some of the imagery as you talk about it, if that's cool.
It's your show, Clay. We do whatever you got to do.
All right. Well, let's do it like this. Ryan is a co-founder of a wonderful company called Mulligan Golf Company. And for those of you that don't know what a mulligan is basically when you're a bad golfer like me, a mulligan is a do-over, a reshot. And I'll let him talk about the origin of the company, but basically this happened pretty quick. I was up in Kamloops. Ryan lives in Kelowna, and we weren't close to each other, but I looked at some of the stuff. He said, good luck on the courses. And I said, I'm not the best golfer, but I love golfing. I love wearing golf attire. What would you think of doing a little bit of collab? And we're going to work some stuff out. So he sent me some stuff before he talks about the show. I had it right here. I was ready to go. Right? Where did I put it? Ryan, talk about your company.
It's got a massive room. So maybe I'll explain this to everybody. So started this company back in December with a partner of mine, Luke. We're both in flooring, and we go golfing on work little things, this and that, and we just chatted, and we saw an opportunity to maybe get into the local golf market, and we just came up with some ideas. The logo, as you can see on all the hats there, I kind of came up with, and kind of a take on my personality. The mustache is pretty dominant there, and we just kind of workshopped it last year and see if it was something that actually was going to take. And it turns out it was something people actually thought was cool. So we kind of took it to the next step. And then in December, we started launching some product, and, just slowly snowballed. And we did a Masters collab, as you can see in the middle there with the green hat and the white shirt. We have a golf towel. We just got a divot tool that arrived on Monday. We've got 2 golf polos for men's, 1 for ladies, which is absolutely smoking. My wife is the model there.
Oh, awesome.
We've got hoodies. We've got a new towel coming out pretty quickly, a bunch of T-shirts. Clay, we sent you a couple of our cool ones to start here. We have a few ladies T-shirts. They all feel super comfortable. I mean, I find myself wearing these more than any of my other Canucks or anything else. But basically this whole kind of venture, it was kind of just a fun passion project. I love playing golf, but I'm awful at it. Still haven't broke 100. But the point was to kind of celebrate the honesty of golf. And, our tagline is hand me another ball. And we seem to say it a lot. So that is my partner there, Luke. He's the golf in Mulligan Golf. We kind of joke about that, but he shoots in the high to mid 70s, and
wow,
we make it work. So for us, we just looked, and there was an opportunity there. And I'm sure you guys have heard before, I was back in my Jersey City days. I always wanted to kind of make something of a clothing brand, and as my wife said, it only took 20 years to get it right, but here we are. So so Clay and I were chatting, and I thought, who better to support this than someone that basically, champions the cause on his own before this was out there. So, we thought maybe there's something there. It's not Pepsi. Sorry, guys. I know that's kind of a lackluster reveal compared to Pepsi or something else, but we think it's pretty cool. It's quality product, quality made stuff, and who knows where it goes, but it's a lot of fun, and we quite enjoy seeing our stuff around town, Kelowna anyway, and around BC and Alberta, and a little bit in the States too. So it's we've got actually a former NBA player wearing some of our stuff too.
Who's that?
I'm gonna feel awful trying to remember this here, but
oh my
god,
sorry to put you on the spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what, my brain. Here we go. I'm gonna do this for you guys. We're gonna make this fun. He played for the Raptors and Landry Fields. There we go.
Yes, awesome.
So former Raptor, former GM of the Atlanta Hawks, and so we've got some connections down south. We may have bigger movings very soon, but for now we're quite loving life in Canada and what this has done, and just enjoying the like I said, the fun part of golf that I think we forget that it can be sometimes, and some of us just take it too seriously. So we just try to enjoy what it is, and man, we've been having a ton of fun since this thing started.
No, the stuff, and I'll model the shirts in 2 seconds. So on Instagram, it's MLGN for Mulligan, MLGN Golf Co. And then the website itself is mlgngolf.com. Is that correct?
You got it. So it's kind of a, the catchy way play on, instead of doing the full mulligan, we thought like, what's a clever way of getting that out there? Because you see all these shortened versions of everything. So we kind of came up with a few things, and I couldn't believe mulligan didn't exist, or at least in this day anyway. And here we are.
And of course, me being an idiot, I'm all excited to talk to Ryan, and I asked him what MLGN stands for. I should know. Wait a sec. I see all your Instagram videos of you chipping these beautiful 20-foot chips, and you haven't broken 100 in your life?
It's just one part of the game, Clay.
I know, but still, I figured you'd be good in every part of the game.
You know what? It's we got a putting green in our backyard 2021 during COVID because we weren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's definitely helped. I bought some wedges, and I made a little launch pad on the other side of our lawn. So it's about 50 feet wide from one end of the lawn to the other. So it's like a par one, we kind of call it. And just a lot of practice of the stuff that nobody likes to practice, because we all want to go hit our driver or our big clubs at the driving range or at the course. Nobody wants to hit the small stuff. So that part of my game, I've definitely excelled at in the last 2 years, and actually was out on Saturday. It's probably the best part of my game, and the putting wasn't too bad either. But
awesome.
It's a lot of fun to do the things that no one even wants to work on, and we'll get there. We'll get there together as a group, I think. Well,
I also want to give Ryan a shout out, not because we're looking forward to doing some great things together, but he actually was down. So it's funny. I was in Okanagan. Although we were an hour apart. Then he was in Richmond on the weekend when I was in Vegas with my family. So he actually met up with my. By the way, Jason really likes you. I think he's a good guy. Eh? Yeah,
he's a cool dude. We talk fantasy football. Is great.
Okay, awesome. So Ryan not only brought the stuff down, but he actually went to go see Jason. He didn't even make Jason come to him. And look at this. I have the Errors Tour, not the Eras Tour. The Errors Tour. You want to point out anything on this shirt, Ryan?
So this one, I don't know if you guys noticed, maybe a similar poster you may have seen the entire year last year. Not quite the Eras Tour, but again, on Mulligan, Hand Me Another Ball, the Errors Tour, really tongue-in-cheek. And, I kind of mocked it up, and my kids are like, this is perfect. And we kind of got it out there, and we just laughed. And like, this is so ridiculous. So
love it. Love this too, with the logo and the company name. Love it. I love this one. I showed this to my kids. They love this one. Thank you.
That one's our OG. That was our very first tee. Super comfy. If you haven't tried it on yet, we might do a white one of that as well. It's kind of, we call it like the property of, the kind of the ones you see in like the locker room and the training room and stuff. And we just thought it'd be a cool version to have. And I've always loved that style shirt back in the day, and it just kind of looks cool. So
awesome. And then we got to represent, of course, PP1 as well. So thank you for this cool shirt.
Yeah, that one, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I'll be wearing all three of these. So in the future, I'll be popping these on, not only on the stream, but more importantly on the golf course, or the ones that allow me to wear t-shirts. I'll grab one of those polos from you. And in turn, I would love it. I would love it. People in this community, if golfer or not, I know Helen, you're a golfer. There's some others. Actually, Ryan, is kind of cool. Last week I said, hey, any predictions or guesses onto what kind of sponsor I'm going to have? And there's about 2 or 3 of them that said something golf related. I think I've been bragging about how sucky I am, but how much I love doing it. So Helen, you, among others, check out mlgngolf.com, Mulligan Golf. Sorry. So MLGN Golf Co. on Instagram.
It all works.
And then mlgngolf.com on the web. Ryan, you're the best, man. Thank you.
No, Clay, look at this. I'm up at 11:30 chatting Canucks and golf with all these people. They're hanging on every word. Like, this guy's the best, isn't he? Like, he's it can't be Pepsi because they already sponsor him. They got him on the biggest ad. He's a GIF now everywhere. Like, Clay's just an absolute beauty. We have to have him on our show this year. You guys are going to tune in just for him. You have to. You won't be there for us. You'll be there for Clay. he's a great guy.
Awesome. Well, Ryan, thank you. Feelings mutual. Thank you for waiting up for me. And I will connect with you very, very soon. And now you're going to be on every single Mitchell ad read now.
I don't know. That seems like a pretty tough challenge, but I'm willing to take it.
All right, brother. Thanks a lot. Thanks for everything.
Thanks, Clay. Enjoy, guys.
Talk soon. Take care. That, my friends, is Ryan Hank of Always 94, the Canucks podcast. And it was great. Not only could I bring him in to thank him for being my new channel sponsor, one of them, but also he can talk Canucks too because he knows his stuff. So I'm looking forward to more collabs in the future. So speaking of which, let's go to my Mitchell sponsor read now. And I always start off by thanking my primary sponsor, and that is Jason Lim of Van City Experts. Thank you to my channel sponsor, Jason Lim of Van City Experts Real Estate. At Van City Experts, their experience, knowledge, and expertise can serve you well in navigating through the real estate market and will help you to choose the best home or condo in the greater Vancouver area that best suits your and your family's needs. I want to shout out my secondary sponsors, Gassy Jack Art. He's at gassyjackart.com. He makes that wonderful artwork in behind. I also want to thank my new secondary sponsor, MLGN Golf, Mulligan Golf Company. That is Ryan, who we just had the pleasure of hearing from for the last 50 minutes. And don't forget Vessi Footwear, tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive a free pair of socks off your next purchase of Vessi shoes. And in welcoming Ryan and Mulligan Golf on, I want to say a big thank you to Coach Patrick Blue, weight loss coach. We're still friends. Everything's good. We're going to go in a different direction. But if you're looking for any personal training, let me know and I can connect you with Coach Patrick Blue in the future. But for now, we're going to go with Advanced Experts Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, Mulligan Golf Company, and Vessi. So I'm grateful for all of these sponsors for taking a chance on me and just supporting me and the wonderful community that we are building here. Speaking of wonderful community, Dino with a $14 donation. Let's give Dino some love in the chat.
3, 2, 1.
So Dino, thank you for the $14 donation. Always very grateful. And let's continue the Mitchell sponsor read by reminding you how you can get involved. You can subscribe to the channel. You can like the video, leave a donation, gift a membership, buy your own membership, upgrade your membership, use your monthly membership message. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. Thanks to everyone who's purchased Canuck Clay merch. You can do so at canuckclay.threadless.com. It's not as cool as Mulligan Golf Company, but because I don't have a mustache, that's the main reason. But yeah, thank you to everyone who supported me that way as well. Shows this week, just so you guys are aware, I think because we're still not in full-fledged Canucks mode yet, we're getting there. We're getting there. There's no Canucks After Dark tomorrow. I talked to Parker, and he's actually out of town tomorrow. So we will start on September 15th, which is perfect, training camp preview. So we will start on September 15th. That will be our first show for the season. Meanwhile, for you guys, I'll be holding my regular show at 11 on Tuesday, and then members only stream on Thursday. So once again, CCC like this, Tuesday at 11, and then members show on Thursday. We had a couple of you being very generous as I've been blabbing here. So Swerving Irvin, Mulligan is higher than Vessi. What a baller. Ryan is a baller. No, I think my connection with Ryan, as much as I love the Vessi people, they've been very good to me. Definitely have a stronger connection with Ryan, have a stronger connection with Gassy Jack Art. And in terms of, I don't want to rank sponsors, but Jason Lim, as you know, does a lot for this channel, including tickets and things. So he will remain the primary sponsor. And then it's not ranking, but Mulligan and Gassy Jack, I'm going to call them my secondary sponsors because they're very important to me. Only second to Jason Lim. And then I think I'm going to call Vessi like a contributing sponsor. Because I don't make money out of any of these things. These are all people that have generously, kind of like an exchange, right? They give me a few things and I promote them. I think it's really, really great that way. So for Vessi, I want to continue to honor them because they've been good to me. Actually, Vessi started off by golfing as well. You guys might remember the story. I was doing the old Chinese man thing of wrapping my shoes up in plastic bags, and then I tweeted a picture, and someone actually tagged Vessi and said, "Hey Vessi, can you help this guy out?" I think they're embarrassed for me, secondhand embarrassment. And then I reposted and said, "Yeah, hey Vessi, can you help me out?" And then next thing I know, they sent me we chatted a bit, and they sent me a partnership agreement, which is kind of cool. So look, golf leads to really, really cool things. Anyways, I better get going. Otherwise, you guys will get mad at me for not talking about Canucks at all. So we got Skytrain Alfred with the big donation. Let's give Skytrain Alfred some love. Let's give him the big save. Skytrain Alfred, $15 donation. When the Canucks miss the playoffs, they must go to Kelowna for golfing to support our friend in sponsorship, Mulligan. Go Canucks, go. Well, I want all of us to support Ryan and Mulligan Golf, but I don't want the Canucks to miss the playoffs just to do. But let's give some love to Alfred in the chat. Really, really appreciate you, Alfred. Next up, we have Justin Credible. Ryan, I know you can see that's me actually almost breaking my leg during a video shoot. Hype to Ryan for the new sponsorship, support, and interaction with the community, and look forward to new collaborations to come. Yes, Ryan and Teddy on PP1, they are awesome. Make sure you look them up as they get going once again. And thank you, Justin Credible, for the incredible $20 donation. Very grateful to you for your support. But my friends, we ain't done. I didn't even cover my eyes. What was I doing there? Justin with the $5 donation. Imagine the new season launch motto. Hey, Canucks fans, let's have a mulligan on last year and go Canucks go. I can't believe you got me to say that, Justin. Thumbs up meme. Well, you pay, I guess. I'll say anything. Thank you, Justin, for that donation as well. I do agree. I think the Canucks need to take a mulligan on last year. By the way, they are having their annual Jake Milford tournament. I haven't volunteered in a few years, but those were the 3 times I did. Very, very fun. So I hope it's good weather and great time for the Canucks tomorrow. Yes, all the donations knocked me down to 4th, but don't worry, fangirl. You do it the honest way. Not that I think it came out the wrong way. Donations are honest too, but you win the category of non-donations experience points, and then let everyone else battle it out for the donations one. So Justin's in the lead, which is nice to see. Alfred in 2nd. Swervin Irvin in 3rd. All right, let's do 10 more minutes of your questions and comments. After that disaster of a season, time for a mulligan. Was a fun game last night. Your team lost 4-2. Tyler, who's your team? Remind me. Which team is that? I guess Canuck Clay might need to start a golf channel too. He just needs to up his play on the links. Yes, Ryan hasn't broken 100. I think I've broken 105 once in my life. I have broken 100 once, but I don't think Hugh Boyd pitch and putt counts. Yes. Golfing vlogs for sure. I can find expensive ways to get frustrated, although I love it. I do not, I will tell you, I know Ryan's still listening. Those of you that golf, Helen, I know my driver isn't bad. I have a natural fade to the right, not a slice, but a fade. So I often hit left to right. My chip inside 100 yards is good. My putting's okay. The weakest part of my game is definitely the second shot or the approach to the green. Anything from 100 to 200 is tricky for me. And I have a 3 hybrid that's okay. And I just bought a 7 hybrid because I suck on the 7 iron, 8 iron, 9 iron. My pitching wedge is okay from 100 in. So from 100 to 150, I just bought a new 7 hybrid. So I swing it I almost chop at it as opposed to swing through it. And it actually does good for me. Not good enough to break 105. So we will see what happens. Preseason games on TV. Generally with preseason, you'll find a mix of Sportsnet and or streaming on the Canucks website, Brian. But we will confirm that as we get closer. Yes, Rosie, I am actually at the home opener this season for the first time. It's not on a Wednesday, so my church night not on a Saturday. No, I don't know what that excuse would be. But the last few have been on a Wednesday, but I am going to the home opener, which is Thursday night this season. Isn't it weird that they're only playing one prospects game? Do you know if it will be aired on the Canucks website? Hey, Russell, nice to see you. I can't see why they wouldn't. They're missing out on a huge opportunity just to get people excited. But yeah, you're right. There's only that one game against Seattle, right? Have I ever yelled at the TV during sports? Oh, all the time, fangirl, all the time. Since we were talking about golf, what was the recap or highlight of your recent golf trip? Any memorable shots? Only 1 par in 4 rounds of golf. But my most memorable shot was definitely on Tobiano. They got 4 holes where you got to go over about 150, 175 yards of not just like rough, but it's actual valley where it goes up and down. And if you don't clear it, you lose your ball. So on one hole, I was the only one of our foursome that got it onto the green. And I think I 3-putted for a bogey though. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful courses up in Kamloops. Wow. Hey, Lanky, nice to see you. Lanky buys himself a franchise membership. Thank you. And Lanky, thank you for sending me that vlog on Dusty. I was able to watch some of it, not all of it today. Let's give Lanky some love in the chat. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, and Jack. I missed Jack's because that was right before I brought Ryan on. So I want to honor Jack as well. Friends, we are 4 fists to the high five. We have a donation. We have a monthly membership message. We have a membership gift, thanks to Adam. And we have Lanky buying himself a new membership. So as long as someone upgrades from franchise to Hall of Fame or from Hall of Fame to legend, we will hit our high five tonight. And that will trigger a giveaway for a future stream. Now Clay is a golf guy, just like Nothing is Perfect. But nothing, yeah, Ryan is good, but isn't Nothing is Perfect? His golf guy is like a really good golf guy, right? Like, but I am aware of that arrangement too. I might plan on being at the home opener too. One of my selected games. Nice, nice, nice. The weakest part of me at golf is I look like I'm playing golf, hockey, and baseball at the same time. Hey, Shannon, that's a talent. If you can combine golf, hockey, and baseball, that's pretty cool. My golf guy just won his first tournament. That is awesome. That is awesome. I'm not sure if my golf guy is going to win a tournament soon if he can't break 100, but it's okay. Did you yell at the TV more or your kids when they were younger? So, Gerald, I think you're asking, did I yell more at the TV or at the kids? And you're not asking, did the kids yell at the TV more than I did? No, I don't yell at my kids unless they're really, really bad. So I'll say more at the TV, actually. Thoughts on McDavid telling media no term is on the table into a microphone in front of camera. You know, I've been reading some of this, and I don't know what it's like to be an Edmonton Oilers fan right now. We're already going to go through this with Quinn Hughes next season. I think McDavid is... I give him credit. I haven't read any of the commentary on this, but I would give him credit. He would seem like he wants to be truthful as opposed to tell people what they want to hear. But yeah, I'm sure it's sending some worrying ripple effect through Edmonton fans for sure. You know, I don't have a favorite PGA golfer, to be honest with you. I enjoy watching golfers, but I don't really, like, I like the Japanese guys and stuff, but I actually don't really have a favorite golfer, to be honest with you. Adding Pettersson on one of your blanks. Nice, nice. Level 1 of freak out already. We are 4 fists of the high five. Thank you again, Lanky. Try different line combos. That's fair. That's what preseason is for. Yeah, the thumbs up. It's kind of like number 8 or 9 on my list there. Love to see McDavid leave Edmonton, but I also think it would be a long shot. Yeah, I agree with that. We could meet up at the home opener. That would be awesome. What up, Mark? Puck drop September 21st. Is that the preseason game or the prospects game? That must be preseason, right? Do you know if any of the exhibition games will be on YouTube? I don't know. I think we'll hear closer as we get to the dates for sure. I can play golf decent, but hard to swing accurate. I agree with that. Chief Chargers game. A lot of yelling. Yes, I can imagine. Who's your dark horse player to make the Canucks? Well, great question, Russell. You know, Coots would be the ultimate dark horse. I don't think he'll make it. Would you call Verlander a dark horse if he leapfrog, say, Mancini? Is that much of a dark horse? I think the Canucks want to see Verlander make the team. So, oh gosh, maybe Baines would be, by true definition, dark horse. Because I think Verlander will make it. I don't think Coots will make it. I think Ratu and Carlson will make it. So maybe Baines would be like an actual. Yeah, how about Kratzov? Maybe Kratzov is a nice little pick just because I think everyone's interested to see how he's going to be now that he's back in the North American ice. Read an article today about this is a way McDavid might not want to stay and probably pulling a Marner. Yeah, he could be setting it up for that for sure. Thumbs up is down on the depth chart trying to work its way out of the minors. Alfred, I have not read McIntyre's interview with Alvin, so I will do that before I go to bed tonight. Thank you for that. Years are just flying by to build a contender. That is not good. Bovenlander would be a dark horse. Okay, let's go with him, Russell. Thank you. Need to motivate McDavid to play here. Oilers can't get it done. Let's show him that. Yeah, but if he wants to go to a winner, have we shown like his team beat our team like 2 years ago? I would consider Sasson or Kudratsev a dark horse for sure. Bovenlander might be an injury replacement as opposed to opening night. That's true. Preseason rankings of Canadian teams. Winnipeg, Edmonton. Even though Edmonton got further, I think Winnipeg's a better team. I really do. Winnipeg, Edmonton, Toronto, Vancouver, Ottawa, Montreal, Calgary. But that whole Vancouver, Montreal, Ottawa, Calgary, those are all 4 teams are very close to each other. What was worse, the Eagles player spitting in the face of the Cowboy or Charger hitting Kelsey in the helmet? I did not see. Oh, I heard about the Charger. The hit is bad, but you can, I know not in this case, but you can almost get away with doing stuff like that during the game. Spitting is a complete disrespectful act. I'd say the spitting is bad. I think Canucks will be a buzzsaw in the league. I hope so. Technically, Canucks hockey in 6 days on the 13th. Canucks versus Kraken in prospects in Everett. Gotcha. Where would I see McDavid going if he doesn't sign in Edmonton? Yeah, you know, I was going to say, without even seeing this comment, I was going to say Vegas, Dallas. Imagine him going to Colorado. Who's got a lot of cap space? Would like a New Jersey or Rangers have a lot of cap space? I don't know. I think it has to be a team with a lot of cap space for sure. For sure. Habs might surprise this year. Canucks might also, since everyone has Canucks the lowest of Canadian. What? What do they know? Highlighted the guy spitting on them. I tried to watch the NFL, but for some reason, it's not clicking for me. Yeah. Oh, you mean you're not able to connect to the NFL, Carol? Yeah, I saw SmackDown. That AJ Lee was pretty impressive. Sharks, they have a lot of cap space, and they're a team on an up and up. That's a good one. Florida, Vegas. How about like a Chicago? Ooh. McDavid in Boston? Maybe that's a possibility. Boston finally rebuilding. They're finally not good for once. But they sure lasted a lot longer than the Canucks, didn't they? I'm not sure if Adam's still here. I have to go back and see what happened. It looked like you guys had to time him out. I think, was he complaining about the fact that Ryan said that they hadn't done any podcasting since April, or did I completely miss something? I just saw that Adam was saying stuff, and Adam's usually really good in here. You know, he'll have his moments, but then I saw that he got timed out, so I'm not sure what happened there. But I trust my moderators for sure. Is this why we're seeing teams keep their powder dry because of the potential of McDavid walking? You know, I heard, was it Canucks conversation where Harm said it like 8 times or quad? I heard Quads or Harm say it like 8 times in one show, keeping the powder dry. Oh yeah. It was when they had that, Puckpedia guy on, right? I think that could be a factor, but that's, you know, you don't want to, only one team's going to get him, right? If not Edmonton. So that's a lot of teams kind of saving cap space for nothing. And Hughes, that's true. It's more players. McDavid will go traded this offseason in a sign and trade if they don't win. Interesting. McDavid to Leafs might be crazy. Toronto guy. Yeah. McDavid and Matthews. Habs have a ton, but they do have anything offered beyond being the Habs. Good question. Good question. Signs in Florida, loses to Oilers. That's good. That's very funny. Am I surprised Price is Shark? I was surprised when the trade was made, but I think everyone understands why. They had the cap space, and then it helps Montreal. The Habs are deep. They're going to playoffs again this year. They are nasty. If McDavid signs for Florida, it'll be like a Hossa move. That's true. Eichel might demand 15 and 16 on his next, so it could be a thing that Vegas moves on from Jack and could set the precedent for McDavid. Wow. Yeah, I'm expecting Hughes to get 15 or 16. Comes from war times when armies used muskets. Yes, that makes sense, Irvin. But do you understand what I'm saying? Is that I mean, not do you understand what I'm saying? Did you hear the episode I'm talking about? I think it was Canucks Conversation where they used that term about 5 or 6 times for sure. They literally need their gunpowder dry to fire their guns. Habs have the cap space to grab McDavid. NFL, I lost both matchups today. I was winning until like late, and I lost both. But that's okay. Isn't the trading of dead contracts cap circumvention? But it's not dead, right? Like, I don't know. Good question. I don't know the ins and outs, but obviously it went through. Florida, LA final Perry loses again. They go live at 2. Sekeres and Price go live at 1, I think. All right, friends, I'm going to wrap up in the next couple minutes. So thank you. Any last thoughts? Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think he's on LTIR though, right? So you can trade that. Or sorry, no one's on LTIR right now. They traded him so they can put him. They didn't have to put him on LTIR to start the season. The Oilers, the Habs, that is. Sign Kuznetsov to a 1 year, 2.5, second or third line C with him and Hito, changing when things aren't meshing. If we aren't working out, we can trade him for some picks or prospects. Is Kuznetsov still a free agent right now? Maybe McDavid is the 2C. Yeah, I think so. Hopefully he can handle the rigors of a 2C. How much money do we have to pay players that aren't with us? Yes, great question, Carol. On this year's salary, there is Ekman Larsson at 4.8, and then Ilya Mikheyev at 700,000. Then next year Mikheyev comes off. We'll be Ekman Larsson for 4.8, and then 3 more years at 2.1. So the ghost of Ekman Larsson around for 5 more years. McDavid would have to compete on our depth chart. Yeah, I don't know if he can beat out Bluger. Very, very good. Shea Weber. Yeah, is he officially retired yet? Yeah, all these old contracts, I'm not sure. Okay, guys, I'm going to wrap up here. That was a wonderful show. You guys were very, very generous. I'm so grateful. So happy to have Ryan and Mulligan Golf Company on as a secondary sponsor. And I'm so grateful to all of you. By the way, 2 minutes, if anyone wants to upgrade from franchise to Hall of Fame or to Hall of Fame to legend to trigger the high 5. In the meantime, moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Hey, whoever did the timing out, send me a text so I know what happened, just because I think I can't see it in the chat anymore. Moderators, thank you for keeping this a safe and respectful place. Members, that's legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Andrew Chang. Thank you for your support, and thanks to Hall of Fame franchise members as well. Appreciate all of you, and thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art, Mulligan Golf Company, and Vessi Footwear. And once again, a big thank you to Coach Patrick Blue, weight loss coach, for sponsoring me for the past couple of years. Don't forget, my shows this week are Tuesday at 11, and then members Thursday at 11. And thanks to everyone who, Lanky, by the way, thanks for the late monthly membership message. Yes, Carey Price and his contract, because they're the same thing, was traded to San Jose. It's so Montreal did not have to put him on LTIR and then not have to give up that cap space, which was good. Thank you. Yes, I will get better with a good night's rest. Thank you, Simon. Adam was complaining about Ryan not talking Canucks. Okay, well, it's one thing to complain, but it must have been pretty bad if you guys had to time him out. But I will trust the moderators for sure. Thanks to everyone who went above and beyond. Swervin Irvin with the donation. Carol with the donation. Adam with the membership gift. Jack with the monthly membership message. Dino with the donation. Alfred with the donation. Justin with the donation. Justin with the donation. Lanky becomes a new member, and Lanky with the monthly membership message. You guys are all awesome. Add it up, and at the top of our leaderboard, Justin Credible with 1125. Alfred with 1075. What a battle. Swervin Irvin with 750. Fangirl 675, and Dino 625 round out our top 5. All right, friends, you guys are awesome. I'm awesome. Ryan's awesome. Mulligan Golf Company's awesome. We are all awesome. No show tomorrow. No Canucks After Dark. I'll be back on Tuesday night at 11 p.m. to join you to talk about anything new that comes up with the Vancouver Canucks. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I lost my joke. I had it all ready for you guys, and now I lost it. Okay, I'll go with one. I wasn't going to. Oh yeah, I got it now. You guys ready? Sorry for the delay. Do you know where you go to learn to make a banana split? Where do you go to learn how to make a banana split? Well, of course. Oh, wow. I just happened to look at the comments, and we have a high five.
And he got it!
So Gerald upgrades from franchise back to Hall of Fame. And he did tell me he was going to test out Hall of Fame and then seeing how life was going, make a decision. But now he's back. And he triggers the high five. So I think if everything works out well, we will do a giveaway of sorts on Tuesday night stream. So yes, come back on Tuesday where we will do a giveaway of some sort. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you, Gerald, for that upgrade. Yeah, triggering the high five. We will do something special on Tuesday. Mark says, "What did the male snowman say to the female snowman? Hey, honey, you want to roll?" Okay, that's not bad. Actually, that was kind of funny, actually. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Gerald, for the late upgrade. And yes, we will do something fun for the community on Tuesday night. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Where do you go to learn how to make a banana split? Sunday school. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.